Superfit 10, injury, our most important formula. This extraordinarily powerful formula, our most powerful spiritual formula, injury, is used for whenever we've had a very serious spiritual wound in our lives. Scars on the soul. From a neuroptics point of view, it's really fascinating because when you look at the iris of the eyes, when you've had a serious wound, a serious injury, this will manifest as a scar and a lacuna in the iris of the eye. But what is not generally understood, that spiritual wounds produce exactly the same depth of tragedy. We can remember the pain, but we can't differentiate between a wound that is a spiritual wound and a physical wound. The fact is that physical wounds are programmed to heal, but spiritual wounds are not. When we've been wounded throughout our journey of life, this can leave us absolutely devastated. And it's our belief that these wounds are the origin of degenerative disorders. Our Superfit 10 formula is made from two very powerful trees. One is the ponderosa pine, which is one of the most ancient healing trees of the Cherokee Indians, America. And the other extraordinary range of trees that are in this formula is the silver birch. This formula vibrates on the frequency of 111, which is a very sacred energy. It is the sacred energy of faith and belief and infinity. The infinity of the past, the ancestral inheritance that we carry into this world, the infinity of the future, the infinity of trauma, the depth of love. You see, sometimes when we feel very much in love with somebody, when they are wounded, that's a spiritual wound for us. If we have a tragedy with our own child, a diagnosis of our own child who's been diagnosed with cancer or leukemia or autism or some form of serious illness, if we have a miscarriage, abortion, or lose a baby, if we lose our parents, if we lose somebody that we love very dearly, if our husbands or wives die suddenly and we're left stranded and hurt, these are the wounds that have a very destructive effect on our lives. This is our most powerful formula. It is used to support wounds, both physical and spiritual. When we've had operations, when we've had organs removed from the body, these are spiritual wounds too. When we've had that knife attack of pain, when we've been given bad news, those are spiritual wounds. And these are the wounds that take us to the very edge of our lives, the crisis of our lives. But there is another factor that makes this formula extraordinarily important, and that is this very high level in modern society of radioactivity, low emission radiation, radiotherapy, and of course Wi-Fi, telephone wires, electromagnetic field forces, Wi-Fi masts, electronic masts, radioactivity. Radioactivity such as Chernobyl, radioactivity such as Fukushima. These are the most awful things that happen around the world, and they are devastating and they are very destructive. We use this formula to support women and men when they've had chemotherapy and radiotherapy. We use this formula to support people whenever they've been taken to the very edge of reason, for whatever reason. This is our most special formula. It vibrates on the frequency of silver, and it's a very important formula. Formula for spiritual wounds. This formula supports us on a very deep level. If you'd like to know more about this formula, please don't hesitate to contact us.